Delano Aiden here, back from hibernation over the winter. Sorry about not updating the Diablo Let's Plays. As you can see, I kind of have a thing for collecting movies and TV series, and what I wanted to share today is a few oddities that I've seen with a few DVD cases. I'm all for trying new things, but sometimes there's just a weird little idea that gets through the cracks, and I wanted to share a few. First up, the Sliders Season 1 and 2 DVD box set. So far, this looks pretty cool with a mostly covering box thing. You get to see the DVDs, and it's supposed to be a multi-dimensional kind of display where the DVDs are kind of strung like the planets are in how they're represented in the show. It looks cool, except how they did it, which is by having a foam block inside the case, and each of the DVDs are inserted into a slot in the block. It may look cool, or at least different, but this has got to scratch the disc, which you're not going to be able to see. Still going to play just fine, but if you take it out a lot, I could see some disc damage. And it just seems really unnecessary. Not surprisingly, after that, subsequent seasons kept the, mostly covering box thing design, but went with the more traditional, snap type enclosure for the discs themselves, which is really how it should be. The second one I wanted to show, more people will probably have seen than Sliders, the Back to the Future box set. Well, pretty good looking box, slipcover. The weirdness comes when, see, there's nothing really holding the DVDs in place. And in fact, when my roommate first tried to take this out to watch it, he almost snapped the disc trying to get it out. And I had to point out to him that this actually requires an instruction pamphlet on how to remove the discs, which is the only kind I've ever seen. Normally it's pretty obvious how to remove a disc, but this one actually has to tell you. See, there's little notches on either side and a notch on the bottom that keeps it in place, which is why you almost snapped getting it out. You actually have to push down, force downward to create some space with the two notches, and that frees the disc, which I think is just completely unnecessary when you could have, the normal snap in the middle. So the previous one, the Sliders DVD, that may just cause some scratches on the disc, long term, maybe playback issues, but this one, immediate danger to the disc itself if someone who doesn't know that it's tricky tries to remove it by just cranking it out. And the last one I wanted to share, if you go to a store, you could probably get the Dungeons and Dragons old cartoon. I think they have a 9-episode per disc, $5 each. But if you go to Amazon, you can get the entire series for about $10, and that's 27 episodes. I love this series. As bad as it is, of course I'm a big D&D player, Oh, you should see my shelf. When I finally went to open this up, I got a weird surprise. I've already removed the discs just to show you. There is no snap on either side, instead just a square fixture, little notches on the bottom, as well as a little bit of a tab on either corner. And this has the most unique method of holding discs I've seen in any DVD case so far. Each disc has its own black paper envelope, which, stylish as it is just weird. And they fit in that square opening, resting on those little things and secured by little tabs. I've never seen anything do that. Nor is anyone I've ever showed this to. It's completely unique and unnecessary. Though I do find the novelty entertaining of having the discs individually wrapped within the case. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to show this time. I will be returning back to the Diablo Let's Plays, and I have a few other Let's Plays planned, as well as some other projects. And that's all for this time.